Have you ever tried learning something new? Like cooking a new recipe, or perhaps figuring out how to use a brand new app? I bet you didn't just read a manual, right? You probably jumped right in, made a few mistakes, and learned as you went. Well, that's exactly how task-based language teaching works. Hello everyone, in this video we will explore what task-based teaching is, why is it so effective, and identify examples of tasks that support this approach while ensuring it aligned with the Canadian language benchmarks. So now let's take a closer look. Task-based language teaching focuses on learning by doing, which is moving away from lectures and note-taking. It emphasizes real tasks where students practice and apply their language skills. Alberta Roots defines it as using authentic language for meaningful tasks. Task-based language teaching, also known as TBLT, is effective because it connects language learning to real-world scenarios. Students engage in authentic tasks that reflect daily life, such as ordering food at a restaurant. TBLT also prioritizes learner-centered activities. By encouraging students to take an active role in their learning, they use the language creatively, expressing their thoughts and ideas through meaningful tasks. Additionally, the process of negotiation of meaning plays a vital role. As learners collaborate, they clarify and refine their understanding of the language through interaction. Finally, TBLT boosts confidence. As students successfully complete tasks that mimic real-life challenges, these experiences help students feel empowered as they recognize the practical value of the language they are learning. Now that we've explored why TBLT is effective, let's look at some examples in the next slides. One will show a skill-using task where students apply language in a real-world context, and the other will present a skill-based activity which focuses on practicing specific language skills. So let's put this into action. Here's our first example. Look at these two pictures. One involves memorizing vocabulary, while the other has students planning a group outing using the target words. Which do you think is more effective for real-world language use? I can already hear someone saying the group outing, and that's absolutely correct. Language learning isn't just about memorization. It's about actively using words in meaningful contexts. That's exactly what TBLT promotes, as students apply their language skills in practical situations and see the real-world value. Here is another example. In one activity, students listen to an audio recording and answer multiple-choice questions about key details. In the other, they listen to a colleague's instructions on how to complete a task and then carry it out. Which one provides more real-world interactions? Exactly, the first one, where one colleague gives instructions to the group and they complete the task together, as it offers a more authentic real-world interaction. Now let's look at one last example. In one activity, students fill out a grammar worksheet with pre-written sentences. In the other, they participate in a group discussion where they must use the grammar structures in real conversations. Which one provides more real-world interaction? That's correct, the second activity, where students engage in a group discussion, provides a more meaningful way to apply grammar in real-world contexts. Now let's take a closer look at how task-based teaching aligns with the Canadian language benchmarks. According to the Canadian language benchmarks, the notion of the language task, communicative real-world instance of language used to accomplish a specific purpose in a particular context, is central to the CLB. With this in mind, CLB describes language use through 4 key competences: interacting with others, comprehending and giving instructions and reproducing information, getting things done, comprehending and sharing information. In the upcoming slides, we will examine specific examples of tasks from the CLB document, all selected from CLB3, with each task representing one of the 4 competencies. These tasks will highlight how learners develop their skills through practical, real-world activities. So let's dive in. Let's start with the first example, focused on interacting with others. At CLB3 Speaking, learners practice initiating and responding to simple social exchanges. A task could involve greeting a receptionist at a doctor's office, engaging in small talk, and providing basic personal information like a healthcare card number. Communication is brief, about 5 terms, just enough to cover pleasantries and essential details. This task helps learners build confidence in handling everyday conversations in various settings. Now let's look at another type of task, focused on comprehending instructions. At CLB3 Listening, learners practice understanding and following simple directions in familiar everyday situations. For example, a task could involve following directions from a salesperson to locate an item in the store, such as the men's section is upstairs to the left. Instruction at this level typically involves 2 to 4 steps. These tasks help strengthen students' listening skills and allow them to confidently navigate real-world situations. Now let's explore a task related to getting things done in CLB3 Reading. At this level, students practice reading formatted text like ads. For example, a task could involve reading a simple product advertisement to decide whether to purchase it. Learners scan for key details such as price and benefits to make an informed decision about buying a product. For this final example, we will focus on sharing information in CLB3 Writing. Learners are asked to describe a special place such as favorite park or vacation spot in up to 5 connected sentences. They should include details on what makes the place unique and what activities they enjoy there. This task helps students communicate personal information while incorporating likes and dislikes related to the topic. Now that we've explored how task-based teaching aligns with the Canadian language benchmarks and seen examples of authentic tasks, let's look at 2 resources. The one on the right is a multiple-choice vocabulary activity. We have one example here. What's a receptionist? Is it a nurse, a patient, or a person who answers the phone and greets people? Now let's see the other example. You can see there is a video here, right? I'm going to play this video for a few moments and we will get back to address the question.
At the doctor's.
Hi, my name is John Burke. I have an appointment to see Dr. Gray.
Of course. Please take a seat, Mr. Burke. The doctor will see you soon. Mr. Burke, the doctor will see you now.
Great. Thanks.
What seems to be the trouble, Mr. Burke?
I feel terrible.
So, which one do you think reflects real-world language use? Great. The correct answer is the video. as it represents a role play that mimics an interaction in a doctor's office which directly aligns with task-based learning principles. That brings us to the end of the task-based language teaching video. We've explored how TBLT fosters meaningful learning, builds confidence, and enables learners to apply their skills into real-world context. By aligning tasks with the Canadian language benchmarks, we ensure that learning is relevant and effective. Thank you for watching, and please check out our other videos for more insights on Alberta Roots offerings, and visit our website for more information about our TBLT workshop. We hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for your time.